Does this gospel reading sound familiar? We just heard it a couple months ago in the middle of September at the 25th Sunday of Ordinary Time. And this cryptic parable is a source of great hope to me, and I will explain a little bit why it is. St. Paul, in our first reading, is giving the Philippians and the church throughout the ages, including today, the warning: their God is their stomachs, their glory is in their shame. Their minds are occupied with earthly things. How we can easily turn everything towards the earth. How we're always looking for what's the best for us instead of trying to imitate Christ the way that we are called to do. And this was also the same thing that was going on in the times of St. Charles Borromeo. He actually was from an extremely wealthy family from Milan, and he was made a cardinal before he was 25 and made the administrator of the Archdiocese of Milan. That had something to do with his uncle being Pope Pius IV. Don't know how that all worked out, but somehow it worked out. But he was a complete reformer. I mean, here this man of great wealth from the Medici family, that's on his mother's side, had everything at his hands in Milan. First, he gets to Rome to help his uncle out and make sure that Trent goes on, the Council of Trent, because the Reformation had just started. So he's trying to reform the Catholic Church from inside. He decides to redo the seminary system so that the priests are actually trained correctly, so the priests know what they're talking about. Then after that he's released from Rome, because his uncle died, he goes back to Milan to actually take over. And there he even uses his own wealth to try and feed 60 to 70,000 people per day during a famine and a plague where all the city leaders ran away from the city. He stayed inside this city and used his own personal wealth and then borrowed against his own name to feed 60 to 70,000 people. I mean, if you think about it, that's over the size of a packed Ravens stadium each day. I mean, it's truly remarkable. But Charles Borromeo was truly imitating Christ. One of my favorite lines from Thomas Kempis' book, The Imitation of Christ, in the very first part, is, if we want to see our way truly, never a trace of blindness left in our hearts. It is his life, his character, we must take for our model. Clearly, then, we must make it our chief business to train our thoughts upon the life of Jesus Christ. That is what we're called to do, to learn how to live as Christ does. But now you might be saying, well, why do I say this gospel reading that seems so weird about a man that's basically trying to get over on everybody else gives me great hope? The reason being is because I look at it, God knows that we have these earthly desires because he made us and he knows us better than anything. But he knows also that if we turn to him and we ask him for help, he's never going to abandon us. And even if we do things that are wrong or this, as long as we're sad about them or try to make them right, he's going to be there for us at all times. And I don't know about you, but for me, this takes me deeper inside my heart to say that, Jesus, I trust in you.